Okay, viewers. So we tried doing a live stream. It was a little bit lag. So bear with me here because now we're just doing a straight record. Now I have to upload. But you guys are getting the update. I'm going to zoom in real quick. I'm going to make this quick. And that way I can go ahead and get this updated as soon as possible. Zooming in right here. Look where it says Manua Loa Forest Reserve. Right where it says that word. Okay, look around the top of this area. Doesn't that look like a main volcano of the island? Maybe I'm wrong. I have been wanting to get the answer, but the reason why I'm asking again, because take a look at the earthquake that had struck, and it's not just one, it's multiple earthquakes, and this is a 3.1 at 2.57 miles in depth. There were some other earthquakes within through here. Now, here is an area you can see is pretty much, yeah, that looks like a volcano to me. So, zoom on out. Sorry about that. We're going to zoom back in here again. And look at this, you guys. Now, look at the devastation you can clearly see up in Hawaii. Quite a bit pretty well bad. And quite a bit of earthquake activity still continuing on within through all of this whole valley. It's pretty devastating of all the stuff that's just happened. I mean, everything engulfed in this lava. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can clearly see none of the swarms have stopped. Tons of volcanic activity going on. We got a little something going on within through here. All this area. Now, these are recent. Earlier, before I did this update, there was hardly any quakes. But now, take a look at this now. I mean, this is just bonkers. Very shallow. Very, 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 very shallow. And you can clearly tell just how much of just what is going on in Hawaii. There has been fives. There's an earthquake up in here, which is a 2.99. Now, for the next coming couple of days for Hawaii, I never usually give anybody a couple of days heads up when we do an earthquake forecast or any kind of an update through here. But I'm going to give everyone about a 90% chance within the next 4 to 5 days. Do keep an watch out throughout this whole area for a 5.1, no less than a 5.0 as far as the earthquake to hit. So much activity is going on. So we will see here. I'm at about a 90% chance of that quake occurring again. And it can happen tomorrow. It can happen the following day. But as I said, give or take 4 to 5 days ahead, just to give you that quick start. But again, as far as this one, this is going to be a problem because that's just showing that there are signs going within this volcano here. So maybe I am right, and that is the main volcano of the Hawaii island. Pretty spooky. And like I said, things keep going the way it is. Well, then it's not going to be looking any much prettier. Coming up over here, take a look up in Mexico at a 4.2, 6.21 miles in depth. And then also coming along the coastline, not too far away, as you can see from here. Take a look at this in Washington with a 3.4. Super, super shallow, 0.62 miles in depth. And then also coming up towards into Russia. Take a look up what is going up in here. This is right towards the end of Alaska. Not too far away from Russia at all whatsoever. And just look at this. Russia's been even also getting bombarded with some earthquakes. So far right now, very quiet. 4.7 magnitude, 18 miles in depth. And then following by this other quake, take a look at this. I did miss some earthquakes from the past. Here's that 4.7, and then also here is this one that is a 4.7, both of them at a 4.7 magnitude. Now, I did miss the previous earthquake updates, especially for last week. Last week we saw those 6 magnitudes, and also continuing on, there was tons of 5s all throughout this whole area. But what do we have an alert here for? This is up in the red, and this is right within land in the center. And this is a bad spot for this to occur. What is it striking? 5.5, 5.4, 5.1. What is your guys' guess? Give you 3 seconds. 5.4, 51.61 miles deep. I went on ahead and changed everything over into miles versus over kilometers. Some kind of just seems more clear to me. Makes everything seem a little bit more sense, I guess, versus kilometers. I am used to it, but I'm not used to it, of course. As usually, if you travel up to Europe or all those other areas, everything's in kilometers. So I've been trying to break myself and get used to that. But again, those of you who like the showing where it shows how many miles in depth, here we are. It's pretty deep, man. It really is. 51 miles deep. And mind you, what it's like 500 miles. Pretty crazy. Got some activity going on also right within here. Southwest Indian Ridge with a 5.2, 6.21 miles in deep. And also, looks like Europe and everywhere else somewhat fairly well quiet. Kinda odd. We do have some activity going on up over here with a 2.72 and following by this other quake, which is another one up in Panama with a 2.9. Guys, much love, heads up high, feet grounded, and don't forget, love, live, smile. Until then, this is IR Vibes, ending here with a 4.1 magnitude earthquake out in Mexico. Stay tuned in, and despite with that earthquake striking up in New Zealand being a 5.4, do keep a heads up for the full 7 days ahead.